Mrs. Switchback on the trail. I think we're onto something here. I think we're seeing like a big change in Mrs. Switchback. She wanted to do this. We've really enjoyed this park. It's very lively. It's a Sunday evening. I was up at the headquarters a little earlier, and there was still a line to get in. So, McKinney Falls. McKinney Falls is the fourth busiest state park in Texas, right behind Garner, of course, Ray Roberts, and Palo Duro. This place is different. It's extraordinary. It's unique. Leroy and Lewis, the #2 spot in Texas Monthly's top 50. It's hard to even put into words what this experience was like. This place was amazing. Allow me to introduce you to... Welcome to McKinney Falls State Park. We're 10 miles from the state capitol and 7 miles from the nearest Dairy Queen. We're gonna come here and hang out a little bit and relax, do some grilling, and experience one of the barbecue restaurants that I have been dreaming about for quite a while. So, stick around. By the way, we've been sweating our ass. Here we go again. We're heading to Austin, Texas. I don't get to Austin enough, which is a shame because it's about an hour and a half north of San Antonio where we live. Of course, that would be on a good traffic day. Today is not one. It's funny, every time we're in this bumper-to-bumper traffic, we're just anticipating whatever major event lies ahead of us, and there's never anything. Did I mention we're on IH-35? Austin is the capital of Texas, and it would be very easy to say we're heading into the heart of Texas, but we're not. Anatomically speaking, the true heart of Texas would be the small town of Brady in the far northwestern edge of the hill country. That means Austin would be a section of lung. San Antonio would be the diaphragm. And that's as far south as I'll take this conversation. The Texas Hill Country is massive. Austin lies on the eastern boundary of it. This will mark our 5th outing to a Hill Country State Park, and soon to be 6 when we go to Pedernales Falls State Park at the end of May. To put the size of the Hill Country into perspective, the entire state of West Virginia could fit in it, with room to spare. But I digress. We've been looking forward to this one. Something seemed intriguing about a state park wholly within the limits of the 5th largest city in Texas. Mrs. Switchback was intrigued as well. So much so that she called her sister to tell her all about it.
They did it. She's like, no. Gone.
The call was placed just as we left San Antonio. Welcome to McKinney Falls State Park. 744 acres lying along the junction of Onion and Williamson Creeks, this park is known for the upper and lower waterfalls flowing off the limestone ledges into the deeper pools of Onion Creek. These falls were formed when very hard layers of limestone resisted erosion, leaving the softer layers vulnerable to it. This undercutting was something that took millions of years to form. Prior to that, this whole area was submerged in what's referred to as the Western Interior Sea, an inland body of water which covered the present-day plains of North America. The namesake of the park and the falls is one Thomas Freeman McKinney, one of Stephen F. Austin's original 300 colonists, an aide in the Texas War of Independence, co-founder of Galveston, and a pioneer in the development of the Texas Navy. He also purchased part of this land here in 1839. But unfortunately, due to not so stable investments, his wealth dissipated, and his widow sold the land to pay off debts. Damn. Enter the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, who acquired the land and opened it as a state park in 1976, and people all over Texas have been enjoying it ever since. And what's not to enjoy here? Heavily wooded and scenic, with the creeks supporting the growth of bald cypresses, sycamores, pecans, and oaks. This park has 81 water and electric sites, 6 air-conditioned cabins, and a youth group camping area. There's a little bit of everything here, including about 9 miles of trails. But enough of all that. It's that time again. Our ritual. Our fail-safe journey to that one place that makes us stop and say, hey, that's what I like about Tejas. So now we're gonna go out and do something a little different. We're gonna go enjoy this little quaint restaurant. You may have heard of it. It's called Dairy Queen. But this isn't just any Dairy Queen. This is a Mayfield Dairy Queen. In 1949, Tolbert Mayfield bought a Dairy Queen in Cleburne, Texas. In time, 13 Mayfield Dairy Queens have opened up, mostly in central Texas around Austin. They focus on the old school Dairy Queen. They focus on a family environment, both for the patrons and for the employees. In 1979, Tolbert's son Robert took over the business, and all 13 locations have been thriving. And what makes them so different, what makes the Mayfield Dairy Queen so different from the regular Dairy Queen? We're gonna find out. Well, this is a pretty happening DQ. They actually have a security guard out front. They questioned me and the use of my camera. So I said, "Excuse me, sir, but do you know who I am?" And he said, "No, of course." But no, he was nice. He once he found out that I have a YouTube channel and I have this Dairy Queen thing, he was cool. He was laughing about it. So yeah, Mayfield Dairy Queen, you're gonna be very safe here. Mayfield DQ. Our order took a little while to get out, so this was on the house, and so was this. So they have a little outdoor area here, and it's also patrolled, which is something I don't see often at Dairy Queen. We have security here.
We're usually here on the weekends, Thursday through Sunday, around 4 to around 1 a.m. And that's usually when we're here.
Yeah.
Really no violent crimes here.
If something violent did happen here, I would be okay with him. Another reason to like the Mayfield DQs. I think I could take him though, right? What a beautiful, partly cloudy morning. We are in campsite 57. Good morning, Nomer Pile. We are actually in Austin, Texas. So even though you see all of this around you, The state capital is about 10 miles away, which means here in Austin with the traffic, that's about a 6-hour drive. Campsite 57 it's a nice one. It's right here on the corner. It is right by the road. When it comes to campsites, Mrs. Switchback and I differ on what we like about a campsite. I'm kind of into the more of the cozy, secluded type of campsites, and she likes the ones that are more open because she's scared of what might be in the woods. However, I think this is a good sort of combination of both. We are kind of in the open, but it does have a bit of a secluded feel to it. We have a concrete slab with a wooden picnic table. We have a fire pit here with an attached grill. And, of course, we brought the Weber. I'm gonna do something a little different this time around. Beef is expensive. We have 20 and 30 amp power at this campsite, and we do not have full hookups. Okay, you ready for this? The things I do for free TV turn out to be not so free. So for those of you that have asked, because many people actually have, I use an antenna to get over-the-air television channels. Over-the-air antenna. That's what we use at home. We don't have cable. We cut the cord about 4 or 5 years ago, and we just haven't looked back. So the antenna that I was using before was called a King Omnigo portable antenna. The omni part, meaning it is an omnidirectional. So you don't have to turn it or point it in any direction. You just set it and forget it. That's cool. And it worked good. You know, I have no complaints about it. But on our last trip to Lake Somerville, I had an interesting experience when I was packing up to go home. I got the antenna and it was sitting on a tripod, so I grabbed it and I lifted it up. And in about 10 seconds before I even realized it, my entire arm was covered in ants. Every ant in Texas decided to make a nest inside the housing of the antenna, and they just completely demolished it. Of course, again, I didn't realize it until I picked it up and had about 4 million ants all over my arm. Miraculously, I didn't get one ant bite. I think they were called acrobat ants from the research I did. And if you happen to be at Nails Creek unit of Lake Somerville State Park on March 30th and you saw this short dude running around, jumping and rolling on the ground like he was on fire, that was probably me when I saw the ants on my arm. But back to the antenna itself, the one that I kind of just put together here. This is a Televez Dynova Boss Mix. I don't know what that means, but that's what I got. And I had to kind of just piece it together with a couple of masts and this heavy-duty tripod here. It is not an omnidirectional antenna, which means I have to point it in the right direction. And how do I know which direction to point it in? This is how. This is an app called Antenna Point, which gives you the location of all the towers in the area. I just pointed it in the general direction of the main towers, and in about 30 seconds we had 57 TV channels. The real test is going to be when we are near an area that is remote, kind of like when we were at Lake Somerville. And for all those electricians that are watching, yes, I'm going to ground it. And by the way, Mrs. Switchback thinks this looks really cool, and she thought it was a very smart purchase. She doesn't, she hates it. We have a tent pad back here. We've got Hooter sitting back here. DQ Dillo's right here on the table, keeping an eye on things. And of course, we have, after careful consideration, I've read all the comments, I've seen all the names that people have come up with for the frog over there, and thank y'all for leaving so many funny names, but there was one that stuck out. And as soon as I saw it, I knew that that was the name for Mr. Frog over there. Allow me to introduce you to Croakback Texan. Croakback Texan it is. I'd like to thank Jennifer and Preston for coming up with that. They are RV newbies. They just bought a rig. I think it's a Rockwood, if I'm not mistaken. And they've been out traveling with it, and they've been having the time of their lives. So thank you for the name. I appreciate you watching our channel. They've been watching our channel for a minute now. They watch us. They watch Outside by Side. They watch David and Tanya with Outside by Side. So thank you again, Jennifer and Preston, for coming up with Croakback Texan. You can also check them out on Instagram, Her Southern Charm. I will have the links in the description. And again, thank you. If you are comfortable enough emailing me your address, Jennifer and Preston, we're going to send you something. Since I did do a Switchback shout out for you, expect the fame and fortune to come almost immediately. My finder's fee is 25%. This is the bathhouse here on our loop. This is the Grapevine restroom. They have private shower stalls, very hot water. The water pressure was actually very intense. It was so hard, it was almost painful. So, A+. We've been to busy state parks before. Blanco, Palmetto, Guadalupe River State Park, Brazos Bend, to name a few. These are all near big cities. Once again, we're in one. The population of the greater Austin metro area, including Round Rock, Cedar Park, and Georgetown, is over 2 million. As far as Austin itself, it's been a close race with Fort Worth for the 4th spot in Texas. Fort Worth is geographically bigger, but the population of both cities are similar. Austin had an explosive boom during the 2010s, but since then the tech sector has slowed down slightly, while Fort Worth recently had a population growth of 23,000 in a single year. Now, I won't mention any names, but there is a certain individual that feels like the more people there are, the better. Seen here planning on hitting up the Congress Avenue Bridge as the bats are taking flight and just opening his mouth, Cooper, the vampire slayer, is very happy to be here. All the humans just give him more hunting options. He loves the popular parks, but having said that, the entire greater metro area of Austin got wind of him coming here. It happens. The saying, "Keep Austin weird," changed to 5 p.m. curfew this weekend. Cooper watches out for the ones that don't follow the rules, and there are plenty in this park this weekend. You see, when Cooper arrived here, all of the music in Austin stopped. City Council called an emergency meeting when they found out he was coming. When Cooper arrived here, all the transplants started checking on Zillow back home. When Cooper hears about food trucks here, he presumes it's the city buses. Austin City Limits canceled their show this weekend because of his presence. Every pitmaster in Central Texas sent scouts to find out what Cooper was craving while he was here. Cooper went to Desnudo Coffee and ordered Folgers. He got it. And while we're at it, full disclosure, the antenna, it was never for us. This is a lively park. Quite the change from the Nails Creek unit of Lake Somerville State Park that we were at a few weeks back. A day or two before I released that video, my truck got broken into. I had to replace the driver's side window. They got in through the corner of the window. When I opened the door that morning to go to work, everything was turned upside down and thrown everywhere. It happens. I get that. But there's one thing that I really hadn't prepared myself for. I have a bag that I carry all of my fishing equipment in. And I'm talking about everything that I have had since I was a kid. For whatever reason, after our last trip, I didn't take it out of the back seat to stow it away. I had it on the floor in the back seat. I had it sitting right there. I should have stowed it away, but I didn't. But I'm also not the kind of person that is going to blame myself. I will blame the people that stole my shit. So my message for the people that stole all of my fishing equipment, except for my rod and reels, I did stow those away because they are kind of big. But my message is this: whatever fishing equipment that you took from me that you decide to use and not pawn, I hope you have the same luck fishing that I've had for the last 2 years. And one thing I will mention, which I may have known but just forgot, when you park your car or truck and you get out of it, convenient as it may be to lock it like this, don't. Lock it like this. We're gonna go check out some of the park. Mrs. Switchback is anxious to hit the trails and see the wilderness.
I'm ready to go for like a couple hours. After it hits 90, I'm in the trailer.
We're here at the Smith Visitor Center. To say Thomas McKinney was just an American trader and merchant would be an understatement. Kentucky-born in 1801, by 1823 he was already Mexico-bound as a merchant and trader of cotton before getting a land grant as part of the Stephen F. Austin colony in 1824. By the early 1830s he was a successful mercantile partner, so much so that he was able to invest in the development of Galveston and bought real estate in a brand new town just north of Galveston in 1836. You may have heard of this town. It's called Houston. But he was instrumental in the openings of numerous warehouses and facilities in Galveston, including the eventual development of the Strand. This was a time when Galveston was known as the Wall Street of the South. Then a hurricane happened. But that'll need to be another video for another day. After a stint in the Texas House of Representatives, he eventually settled on 40,000 acres in Travis County. He established a ranch here, raising livestock and setting up a horse track due to his love of thoroughbreds. And part of this eventually became McKinney Falls State Park. He died in 1873 with several artifacts and remains of his former homestead remaining here today. So, there you go. Cliff notes again. Mrs. Switchback on the trail. I think we're onto something here. I think we're seeing like a big change in Mrs. Switchback. She wanted to do this. Uh-oh, there's a hill. And water is what created this. This is a rock shelter. Scared of spiders?
No, not.
It's the cockroaches, right? If Mrs. Switchback saw a cockroach, doesn't matter if it was a baby or an adult, this trail and everyone on it would be destroyed.
Yes.
Look, see? Mrs. Switchback blazing the trail. Just step up there like it's a step.
Come and help me with your hand.
That was pretty good, right? Now we got this big one here.
Why are we up here?
Because we're getting back on the main trail. See?
God, this is the worst trip.
Isn't that great?
Never coming hiking with you.
Well, the hiking ends now.
But there was a lot of trees. There's roots coming out.
Yeah, there's roots.
And rocks.
Roots and rocks.
Something bit me in the ankle.
Roots, rocks, something bit her again. And I think we're lost to top it off. We are here at the majestic Old Baldy. 500-year-old tree. Bald cypress tree. In 2012, it was named Austin's Tree of the Year. I'd be curious to find out who the voting committee is. What about these other guys? They work hard too, doing all that photosynthesis stuff. But be patient, your time will come. Just 500 years or something like that. What did you think of this trail? It's pretty good, right?
I need to start doing research.
Oh, okay. Why did
Because it's a lot. And there was a lot of rocks and a lot of tree roots and unleveled everything. And
yeah, because they decided not to level out the entire acreage to
something bit my ankle.
since something bit your ankle.
Other than that, it was okay. It's nice. The tree's cool.
Yeah, the tree's cool. With each trip, she pushes herself harder and harder.
I know.
So this is progress. Even though she says she's never going to hike again, this is progress. This is where people come to swim, to jump.
Right there!
We've had quite a bit of rainfall in the last week or so. So McKinney Falls is now actually McKinney Falls and not McKinney Trickle. So are you ready for the next hike?
No.
Are your hiking days over?
If you're asking me right now, Switchback, yes. Whew, I survived.
You survived.
Yes, thank God.
I did a couple of fantastic steaks a few weeks ago at Lake Somerville, and they were amazing. Now, having said that, with the price of beef being the way it is, Mrs. Switchback told me that if I can't find some cheaper cuts of meat to grill, then I was going to have to live in the travel trailer. Hey, did you hear that joke? I said if I didn't find some cheaper cuts of meat, that I was going to have to live in the travel trailer.
That's not a joke.
So it's pork chop time. $13. Now, these aren't exactly thin cut pork chops, but they're not too thick either. Now, normally what I would do in a situation like this is I would dry brine. I've done this before and I've done this for a long time. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to marinate these overnight, and then I'll doctor them up some tomorrow, and we'll see how it comes out. It's been a while. So I made some ranchero sauce and some pork chops. The pork chops came out tender and juicy. Pork is notorious for being dry. It came out spectacular. This is something different. This is something new. Mrs. Switchback, what do you think?
Really good.
Well, the time has come. We are headed over to Leroy and Lewis Barbecue. It's not your standard run-of-the-mill Texas BBQ joint. This is it's a little different. It's got quite a bit of flair. New School Barbecue is making a name for itself in these here parts. Leroy and Lewis Barbecue is a pioneer of this phenomenon. Before this place existed, Pitmaster Evan Leroy was building a reputation in the Austin area at Friedman's Bar, where he garnered attention for experimenting beyond the traditional brisket spread. Meanwhile, Sawyer Lewis came from restaurant management and hospitality, so when the two connected, they decided to push barbecue a bit further, into a different direction. Leroy and Lewis officially launched in 2017 as a food truck here in Austin with an emphasis on whole animal butchery, utilizing less common cuts like beef cheeks and flat iron. In no time, it became one of Austin's most talked about barbecue spots. The meat wasn't the only thing that made this place unique. With side orders like miso glazed carrots and cauliflower burnt ends, we're looking at something pretty unique and special here. By 2021, they'd already earned a spot on the Texas Monthly's top 50 barbecue restaurants. Fast forward to 2023, they took a major leap and opened a standalone brick and mortar in South Austin, with an even more expanded menu. National recognition came in 2024 when the establishment was honored with a Michelin star. And in 2025, Evan Leroy became a James Beard Award semifinalist. So, in less than 10 years, Leroy and Lewis went from food truck experiment to a cult favorite to a Michelin-starred restaurant, becoming one of the most important modern influences in Texas barbecue today. I've actually known about Leroy and Lewis for quite some time. One of my favorite YouTube channels is Chud's Barbecue. Bradley Robinson is the one that runs that channel. He's a premier Texas pitmaster, and I've been watching him for a few years. And he got his start at Leroy and Lewis and Friedman's. So we're going to experience it. I'm gonna go see the pit. So these are the briskets that are gonna be served tomorrow.
Yeah. About 15-hour rest.
I got a hell of a plate here. Flat iron. We have brisket. We have beef cheeks. And of course, you know me, I gotta have a Frito pie. And we have chorizo potatoes. Chori papas.
I have chicken. I got brisket.
Cauliflower.
Burnt cauliflower and miso carrots.
And how can we forget the onion rings? Are you kidding me? Cauliflower burnt in. Looks like I got a little bit of a beef cheek burnt end going on here. Leroy and Lewis.
It was delicious.
I don't even know where to begin. It's hard to even put into words what this experience was like. I guess at these places, there's always one thing that seems to sort of be a cut above the rest. The standout for me was the flat iron. I've never had anything like that, ever. It looks like little slices of brisket with the same sort of consistency. It pulls apart, so it was very slow cooked, but it tastes like a steak. That was incredible. The flat iron. That's a cheap cut of beef. It's part of the shoulder. This place is different. It's extraordinary. It's unique. Leroy and Lewis, the #2 spot in Texas Monthly's top 50. Give this place a try. The camping loop that we are in is called Big Cedar Camping Loop. There are 2 camping loops here for RVers or tent campers. Regardless, you have water and electric, but you have Big Cedar and Big Oak. And each one of these camping loops has a couple of small loops within it. What I'd like to show you is the Grapevine loop, but I happen to think these are the nicest campsites in the park. A couple of them are a little sloped. This is a heavily wooded park also. As you can see, we're sort of on the edge of the hill country. Austin is considered hill country, of course. Over here, a bit past both camping loops, is the area where they have the cabins. And I'm telling you cabins because they are cabins. These are not screened shelters. These are air-conditioned cabins. They have a nice patio here in the rear. And it looks like we have a kitchen, microwave. So yeah, it's a nice little quiet loop. There are 6 cabins, it looks like. And when I drove through here yesterday, all of the cabins were occupied. Right next to the cabins, we have a dining hall. This has also been occupied every day. We've been here since Friday, so this is the first time I'm actually seeing it empty. Yeah, they got a full kitchen, plenty of space in there for a gathering. These are all available to rent. People have had wedding receptions in places like this, birthday parties, whatever. And it looks like we have ourselves an amphitheater. I'd like to thank all of you for coming out here to see Switchback Texan. Some of you, like you over there, you came from British Columbia. Y'all came from Peru all the way to see me, Switchback Texan. Means the world. Stop over by my campsite between the hours of 5 and 6, and I'll be doing some autograph signings. And again, thank you for coming out and supporting Switchback Texan. You know, one of these days, somebody's actually going to see me do that. And I may never be allowed in the Texas State Park again. All right, we are going to go check out the lower falls. Let's do it. This is pretty cool. Looks like another planet out here. And here we are at the lower falls. Not quite as popular as the upper falls. I like it over here. I would swim here. So, fun fact about McKinney Falls State Park. The 2010 movie Predators, starring Adrian Brody, which is part of the whole Predator franchise, was filmed here. And I believe this was the area that it was filmed in. So the next time you're at a party and the conversation turns to filming locations for the 2010 movie Predators, you can say that you heard it from Switchback. Don't say that. And of course we have here the trailer dump station. The place where dignity is always negotiated and of course diminished. You have one portal here, and that's it. There are no lights. So if it's dark and you decide to come and dump, unless you have a flashlight or a lantern, you won't be able to see all of your glory. And of course, warning, non-potable water. Do not drink. Try very hard to remember that. Do not drink the water, because somewhere out there lies the reason that sign has to exist. It's our last evening here at McKinney Falls. It's very humid, y'all. It's
Super humid.
It's nice. There's a breeze blowing and it's kind of nice, but on the other hand, I mean, if you spend any significant amount of time out here, it just gets a little miserable. But this place is jumping, and it's a Sunday evening. Most of the liveliness is from people coming here for the day. Mm-hmm. The camping areas are quiet, but still filled. We'll be coming back to this park. I mean, it's too close not to. It's only 70 miles from where we have our trailer parked in San Antonio, so there's no reason for us not to come back here. Leroy and Lewis this morning.
Man,
it was so amazing.
Yeah.
Flat iron. Who would have thunk it? That's a cheap cut of meat, and they turned it into something absolute. One of the best things I've ever had in my life. And I'm not being dramatic, right? That and those ribs we had at Barb's BQ in Lockhart are the two best bites of barbecue I've ever had. Mm-hmm. In a restaurant. In a restaurant, not in Switchback Texans campsite.
True.
We are heading home. McKinney Falls State Park is a fantastic state park. There is plenty to do there. It's very, very popular. Young and old alike enjoy McKinney Falls State Park. We fall under the category of young, right?
Sure. Yes, for sure.
Although there are times when I don't feel like it when I wake up in the morning. Things are cracking and popping. Our next venture out is going to be at the end of May. We are heading over to Pedernales Falls State Park. I've heard people call it Pedernales, but then again, I'm not a local. I'll find out when I get there. I want to thank everybody that has subscribed to my channel. I want to thank everybody that has left me comments and everybody that has actually taken the time to watch my extremely lengthy videos, which I still haven't figured out how to make them shorter. I just want to include everything. So that's on me, but I appreciate it anyway. Thank you. If you like this video, if you like the videos that I do, hit that like thumbs up button. If you want to be notified when I post a video, hit that notification bell. I also have a community page on my YouTube channel. Feel free to post on it anytime. So thank you all. I appreciate each and every one of you like you wouldn't believe. So that will do it for now. Until next time, Switchback Texan is out.